what role does physical fitness play for you at this point, and to what
Oh yeah,
capacity?
yeah. I think it's like right now. Let's say just a couple of months back,
Right,
I started getting back into that routine of like keeping me healthy. Like for me,
right,
it's not about like physical fitness; it's about getting into that certain aesthetics, right?
right.
So I would compare this. I even like read an article,
Uh-huh.
the Japanese culture, right? Like they just
Mhm.
move a lot. They don't
Right,
have to have. They don't have this fitness gym lifestyle, right?
right.
Basically over there. So I thought like, okay, what if we adapt that kind of a lifestyle? And I
Hmm.
said myself, if I can reduce the friction of like because it's hard for me to get into the gym and just work out for 1 hour and like come
Right.
back and I feel like let's say physically off so that I can't get back into my personal work or like other areas. I may be
Right.
too tired. So I thought like, okay, let's reduce all that friction and just go for like 3 to 4 rounds of walking, all
Mhm.
right, and eat healthy. That's it. and
Hmm.
and just that one thing completely changed. I just like started working out even in this small space,
Right,
like
right.
behind this office space, right? Like
Hmm.
5 to 10 minutes, that's it.
So you're trying to essentially remove the sedentary aspect from your life as much as you can with the scope of work that you have. You're trying
Yeah,
to
yeah,
incorporate
because
more
let's say
movement in
instead of
that
working
schedule.
out for 1 hour, what if I just work out for 5 minutes? That friction is reduced right now. All
Right,
right.
right.
Right. And like I'm feeling energetic because like my
Hmm.
mindset is like completely changed right now, because I used to be a guy who used to go to gym in the morning in 5 a.m. or something like that
All
and
right.
lift heavy weights. And now that mindset is completely changed, because like if I need to ask this one question, what kind of a lifestyle do I need to live? Right. It's a
Right,
healthy
right,
lifestyle. It's not the aesthetics.
right.
And that small change in mindset, it's really helped
Hmm.
me, because now I feel light and like and feeling energetic throughout the day. Right.
Hmm.
And it's just that one change I did, and now the friction is reduced, right? Like I didn't even buy equipment. I was just like doing like this body weight exercise and stuff.
What do you mean when you say friction? Like, what's the
The
resistance
friction
that you're
means
talking
is
about?
the friction, what I do is like if the something that you want to do,
Right,
but it's taking you to do that in a long, like let's say you want to go for a run, right?
right,
And or go to a gym. Maybe your gym
hmm,
is like 2 kilometers from your home,
right,
right? Our brain tells that is to do that sometimes, like, yeah, let's do it tomorrow,
hmm,
right? The simple thing is to reduce that friction. If you want to still want to go to gym, it's just put your shoes,
right,
right? And it's the same mindset for me right now. Okay, I don't want to put my shoes. I don't want to go to gym. What is the one thing I need to do is like just like start like exercising inside the space.
right,
All right, body weight exercise, not even like
hmm,
lift weight lifting, right?
right,
So and I don't want to buy equipments
hmm,
and all those things. It's just like 5 to 10 minutes of workout on a constant basis, and just eating healthy. And because like the previous thing is where you'll be going to gym, but you'll be like your health, like food habits is bad,
right,
then you
right.
don't see a good results,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, that is a mindset I'm trying to apply in every aspect of my life and every area of my life. Let's say it could be a work, right, a personal work,
Right.
and you'd be working out for 8 to 10 hours in a day, and you feel like you don't have energy to do a personal work,
Hmm.
right? Then what if I do something first thing in the morning, that is my personal work, before I even starting my professional work?
Right, right.
Right, sketching something for me, 1 hour or 45 minutes, and boom, I'm done something for myself right now. Let's get into the professional
Right,
work.
right.
Right now we don't have a compliance saying that we don't have an energy to do personal work or something like that.
Hmm.
Right, that friction is reduced right now.
That also
Right.
takes away this possibility that you would have this thought process that, okay, I am sacrificing something in my life for the sake of doing something else because
Yeah,
you're taking care of your health. It's
yeah,
allowing you to set yourself up for having more energy in the morning to do your own work. Now that you've
yeah,
done your personal work, you are free of that idea that, okay, my professional work is not over, like taking over my life, right?
yeah,
It's not
yeah,
taking over
yeah.
my
Because
time for my
because
family and
that's the thing is
everything.
like few years back, right? Like few years back, I
Hmm.
me as an artist, like used to give an excuse saying that is after coming from studio, no, I'm
Hmm.
tired, and
Right.
I can't do anything right now. I go and watch Netflix or like watch some documentaries or like, because like we always go for easy thing.
Right.
All right. So we give excuse, we go for easy things. And now what I'm doing is to get into the flow state, all right? Even this 1 hour or 45 minutes of morning personal work is really helping me to get into that flow state so that I can easily translate that to the professional work.
Right.
All right. So, and let's say once I reach that flow state and work for some hours, then my energy will be drained. And that's where I'm thinking not to force myself to get into like personal work or something. Now I
Right.
need to do a management because
Right.
my energy is very little. Like I'm not like creative in the afternoon. So you need to find your flow state when it's happening. And maybe for some people it's like in the morning, or some people it's afternoon or evening or even nighttime, right? So, and so what I do is like, again, you don't need to be like a morning person. Like you don't need to
Right.
wake like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. to do that flow state. I start my flow state by 10 a.m.
Right. Right.
Right. So you just need to see what works, because like, let's say now I have a family, I have a kid, and I need to do all those morning things to support the family. Then once I finish everything, it's almost like 9 a.m. or something. All
Right.
right.
All right.
Then I just take let's say I've been doing recently a lot of traditional sketches. So what I do is like take a pen and pencil and then start doing sketches, right? Like
Right.
not worrying about failing, right? Like I'm not like trying to do like a amazing creative project or something, right? Like an IP or something. It's just very little, just like doing studies like this, right? So
Right. Yeah, I've been seeing
nothing.
some of these sketches that have been putting up. They're beautiful.
Yeah, and it's again the same thing, reducing the friction. I'm not like
Right.
being to trying to be one or designing amazing worlds or something. I'm just seeing some reference and just drawing in paper, right? Like it's
Right.
going back to that root. And as a child, like what did you enjoy the most, right?
Right.
It's just drawing,
It's
right?
almost
Like
a
you're not.
meditative process at that point for you.
Yeah, it's basically that when you enter into that mode or state, you get into the flow and you enjoy the process, then one thing leads to another thing.
Right.
All right.
Right.
So let's say every day I started doing this daily sketches, and like again, I was doing a lot of 3D and like a digital for last, like let's say for last 6 7 years.
Right.
Now I feel like I need to change the medium. Right. I started doing like ink sketches. I started doing that pencil sketches. It felt really good. It felt really, really good to change and switch mediums. And then that gives you a different perspective. You started learning about that medium, and
Right.
you started to figure out like a new artist that you never even analyzed their works before. And somehow all this process is kind of helping out in every area. All right.
Right.
What I'm doing in traditional sketches right now, it is kind of helping me out in like my professional work or personal work, in if I'm using 3D or 2D, whatever
Right.
process, right?
Right.
So, but the things that I'm learning in this medium is like helping me a lot to apply that to other mediums,
Right.
right?
Right.
Simplification, or let's say you try to like learn from other traditional artists, right? Like
Right.
because it's, and you're going to like let's say figure out new artist, because you might be only having following a certain artist because that's what helping you in your field. Right now you're going back to another area and trying out like different, like seeing different people and their approach.
Right.
And then suddenly that idea kind of like sparks you to get better in that your previous area. Let's say I'm a concept artist who works like mostly in 3D and like let's say all the digital tools, right? So all this other small learnings that I'm doing as a daily habits kind of helping me in a longer run.
Right. Right.
So yeah, that's why we need to have like a set of routines. Again, you don't need to be perfect. If something is off, my mindset about routine is all about like every day is a new day. All right, it's like a
Right.
new page. If something goes off yesterday, like I can just like start from scratch again next day. All right.
Right.
So if something goes off in the morning, I can just be doing good in evening. I don't need to be like stressed out as like nothing is working out or something, because all these perspectives keep changing like every year for me. All right. I used to think differently before. Now I'm using to think differently. And I think that's about like balancing for me, right? As I said, like this pattern really worked out. I figured out like where afternoon is for management, because now I added like another responsibilities, which is school. All right.
Right,
So
right.
teaching. So sometimes I do go and check my students' progress and give feedback for them in Discord, and then evening, like after a certain time, um like go for a walk with my family, right? My kid and
Right.
wife, and like maybe it's like 30 minutes, like, so that time is also really important. Maybe I might have missed that before because I was grinding on other things,
Right, right.
right? So, and then the another problem is we do for every, like, let's say we might be focusing on helping other people, we might be focusing on helping families and like doing professional work, client work and everything, then we forget about ourselves.
Right.
All right. So then that's also an issue for me, because I was stressing out so much on other areas, I completely forgot about me. And that's when I figured out like I need to set a time for myself,
Right,
like in the
right.
night, right? Like once my daughter goes to sleep, and like my dog won't disturb me during the night, and like I can just sit into that zen mode and just do something for me. It can be like a reading, it can be like a project work, and personal project, or
Right,
maybe spending time with my students doing hangouts and stuff. So, and there's no clear rule that I want to do this, right? Like I
right,
can do anything. I don't want to regret anything or feeling guilty that I'm watching movies, because it's my alone
right.
time.